Alright, so here we are back in the kitchen. Lighting's so good in here. Why would I not be in the kitchen, you know? So today I'm doing the review of chapter 874. It's a couple days later than I was originally intending it to be, but, you know, such is life. Y'all are going to have to get over it. But, yeah. So this chapter I thought was really good. How it started, how it ended, everything that happened was great. There was some comedy in it. The parts with Zeus and Nami I thought were great. The whole black balls thing was like, Oda, oh. Anyway, but yeah, so the chapter was really good. A couple things I really wanted to talk about were one, Big Mom and that Elbaf spear thing. Bruh. Watched a couple other reviews, and he was saying that it looked exactly like the technique that Dory and Bragi used to destroy that goldfish when they were leaving. It left like the same exact hole that was in the goldfish. Was left in like the side of King Bomb's like face. I'm pretty sure it was the left side of his face. And so I was looking at that and I was like, oh damn. And I mean, if Big Mom was only on Elbaf as a kid, was she like training? Was she, you know, just like the Naruto like 20 episodes of him doing the same thing in front of a waterfall? Like, is that how she like figured out what she was doing? How to get these attacks? I don't know. But Elbaf spear, and Dory and Bragi used it. When they used it, it was like Warrior Nation. She calls it Foreign Threat, but they also described it as the Spear of Elbaf. If you go back and look at the manga chapters for it. Thanks to Joy Boy, I don't have to do any of that because he put it all in his video. But I saw that and I was like, damn, that's like kind of right. This whole Spear of Elbaf thing, she calls it Spear of Elbaf, whatever. And I was like, damn. So I think it's the same technique. The naming scheme on the two of them are different, but it has the same effect, so I want to say it's the same thing. I also think it's to note, it's pretty badass at Big Mom that she can do it by herself when it took both Dory and Bragi to do it, and when they did it, their weapons broke, and then they were just kind of like left on Little Garden all alone, but with broken weapons, but whatever. We haven't seen them since. Not a problem. The story has moved on without them, but it was just wild because Big Mom is just absolute monster. Another thing I really want to talk about was Katakuri being on the Sunny. My hat's low right now, you know. But I thought that was really cool. I'm really glad they went that route with it because I remember reading on, you can even see at my live reaction that it was something I was watching or reading, and somebody said, I wonder if Brule is going to go through the mirror on the Sunny. And the first time I thought about that, I was like, damn, that is like a huge hole. If Oda doesn't do that, it's going to look kind of dumb on his part because why would they not? If they're trying to escape, why would they not go right for the Sunny's mirror? Because that's the easiest way for them to get there. And so yeah, they did that, and I've seen a couple people who are like, why doesn't he just take the ship and, you know, like go away with it like they didn't impel down, or just destroy it? And in all honesty, I think it just Oda doesn't want to have to go through the process of them getting a third ship. They've already had their issue with their ship breaking and needing a new one. I don't think he's going to rehash that whole thing. It would kind of be a waste of time in the story, if you ask me. But that's really the only reason that I have for it. But it's going to be cool. I'm really looking forward to it. I hope there is a showdown between Katakuri and Luffy / Sanji / Jinbei maybe. Throw Brook in there. All the people who did something cool this arc, I'll be cool with it. Speaking of that, this arc, it may have been the arc of Sanji, but I've had, in my honest opinion, there have been more memorable moments with Brook and Jinbei than there have been with Sanji. And that's like kind of sad to me. So I really want to see Sanji fight somebody, do something badass before this is all over. Because once you go to Wano, it's going to all be about Zoro. I mean, let's be honest. Samurai Nation, sword people everywhere. They've been playing this up for like years now. It's just like, it's going to be about Zoro, let's be honest. So hopefully Sanji does something right before they leave. Maybe he'll make the cake to calm down Big Mom. Honestly, I don't really have strong feelings about that one way or the other. If he makes cake, that's great. If he doesn't, that's great too. I really don't care. But Katakuri being on the Sunny, and they said they had 10,000 soldiers waiting, like ready to fight. I think that's just kind of a numbers thing because as we saw on Fishman Island, Luffy can just be like, boom, conquers Haki, all the scrubs are dead. Not dead, but knocked out. And the issue of numbers is no longer an issue. So I don't really think it's going to be like 10,000 people coming through the mirror. I think that'd be kind of pointless, but we'll see. Who knows? That being said, the Zeus Black Balls thing was really funny. I wonder how long Zeus is just going to be like working with the Straw Hats. Maybe it'll be a prolonged engagement. I don't think Zeus for Straw Hat, that's not going to happen. He's not going to become a Nakama, but, you know, who knows with Oda sometimes. Let's keep the ball rolling here. Again, with the Zeus thing, kudos to Nami, though, because she's been pulling her weight lately. Honestly, with the exception of the Cracker fight, I feel like Luffy has done jack shit this arc. He's just kind of... He came up with the idea of coming out of the wedding cake, which, I mean, I'm sure a lot of people expected. That's totally Luffy's character. But other than the Cracker fight, which he needed Nami's help for, he hasn't been a huge component of this arc. This arc has been like Brook, Jinbei, the Vinsmoke family, and the Big Mom family, if you ask me. Those have been all the big parts. The Tea Party was kind of cool, but again, let's not get too far away from the chapter itself. The ending of the chapter when King Bomb gets fucking roasted by Big Mom, I was like, damn, if he wasn't dead before, I don't know how he survived this. First, Big Mom blows a fucking hole in the side of his face, and then she has Prometheus literally just like become huge and then just sit on him. Like a whole section of the forest was just gone. Don't really see how he's going to walk away from that one, but again, who knows? This is One Piece. Pell managed to survive in Alabasta after that bomb blowing up, so if King Bomb walks away from it, I wouldn't be that surprised. I would like to see some funny thing with him and his like fiance tree. That's kind of sad when you think about it. He's like, I gotta survive for my fiance, and then he gets absolutely wasted, and it's just like, oh my god, King Bomb. Poor guy, poor guy. But we'll see what happens with him. Again, really looking forward to what goes on with the actual Katakuri being on Sunny. That is probably the thing I'm looking forward to the most. But the chapter in itself, I thought was great. I thought it was funny. The whole part with Beige and Pudding, when he's like, "Now, fuck you, little girl. Like, I've had enough of your shit. Like, get away from me." I thought that was hilarious. But speaking of Pudding, I'm kind of sick of her shit with the way she's just been like jumping back and forth. I know she's probably like lying or faking it, or she has been up until this point. As you can see at the end of the chapter, Oda puts a little footnote like her third eye doesn't lie or whatever it said. So who knows? Maybe she's actually telling the truth now, and she's fallen for Sanji. I mean, again, I have no sympathy for Pudding. There was that like one page of a flashback with her getting made fun of, and like whatever. I don't care. Like that's not enough for you to be a shitty person your whole life. Somebody said you third eye. Everybody gets bullied at some point in their life. Like get over it. Maybe I'm just cold like that, but Pudding, no sympathy. Don't care whose side you're on at this point. I don't trust that bitch as far as I can throw her. Not a fan of Pudding. Who knows? Maybe she'll come in clutch and save the day. But with that being said, even Chiffon was like, no, like I'm getting out of here. Like I don't want to help you with this stupid cake. Like I don't care what happens to this place anymore. So maybe Chiffon will be like, nah, I'm not helping you. And Pudding's gonna have to go to Sanji, and they're gonna make up by making this cake together for Big Mom. Who knows? Honestly, it's up in the air. But this chapter I thought was great. It was funny. There was some cool action scenes, especially with Big Mom and all her abilities. I just noticed how bad my farmer's tan is. Jesus Christ. But, you know. So I don't think... Well, actually, I'm not going to say I think anything one way or the other. I'm going to kind of let it play out. But, again, thought this was a great chapter. Pudding, iffy feelings about her. King Bomb, R.I.P. Beige, just being funny. Luffy needs to get his act together. Well, I guess he doesn't need to get his act together, but I don't know. With the exception of Cracker, he hasn't been a huge force in this arc. But I think that's kind of a good thing because this is supposed to be about Sanji, even though he hasn't had too many moments to shine either. I think this arc has just had so many things going on. It's hard for any one character, to like have a really big moment, with the exception of Brook getting the Poneglyph and then breaking Mother Caramel's picture. That was dope. And Jinbei obviously leaving and then joining the Straw Hats, which Jinbei's a Straw Hat now. Like, that's all there is to it. I think it's going to be kind of funny when they get to Wano and Zoro and everybody's going to be like, Jinbei's with you now? He's like, yeah. I'm like, it's fine. He's a Straw Hat. It's cool. In classic Luffy fashion, just people joining the crew all over the place without other people being aware of it or being able to put their 2 cents in. Like with Brook, he's like, oh yeah, just join the crew. Or when he immediately asks him after meeting Brook to join the crew. But who knows? I don't want to keep this video too long. We'll see what happens. Jinbei and Brook, MVPs. That being said, I would give this chapter 4.5 out of 5. Thought it was really good. Let's hear your thoughts below. Everybody have a good one. I'm gonna go make some pizza. It's gonna be dope. Adios, everybody.